start for us, if you don't mind. Awesome. So my name is Ongamo Iving, and I'm going to take you through this session today. And I'd also like to appreciate all of you for coming. I can see the number is swelling. So so many people are getting in. Although we are not going to wait any longer, we are just going to kick off. All right. And I'm going to do this differently tonight. For me, I don't like using the slides, so I'm going to use a pen and the paper so that you can also be able to follow through. So our guest today, please, you can write down some of the questions that you'd like to ask. Anything that you like clarifications on, feel free to write down so that we can be able to answer you at the end of the session. All right. So I'm just going to turn my camera so that you can see my book. Awesome. So I hope you can see, all of you. So tonight we are going to talk about the blockchain technology. Blockchain technology. Okay. And I'm sure we have some of our guests who probably already know a bit about blockchain technology, but I'm going to assume that none of us is familiar with it so that I can be as clear as possible for everyone else to be able to follow through. All right. So that even if you know, even if you've ever heard about it, probably what I'm going to share is a bit different from what you already know. Okay. So feel free to also take down some notes so that you can be able to also follow through and also be able to get new information about that. All right. Now, we are going to talk about blockchain technology in terms of a revolution. Revolution. Okay. And we're going to look at it in terms of revolution of money specifically. All right. The blockchain is very, very wide, but we're only going to talk about the money part. Okay. Now, I need us to, before we even talk about the blockchain, I want us to go through back in history a bit so that we can understand where the revolution started and where the revolution of money is going to. So basically, we are going to look at the journey of money. All right. And I'm going to be a bit brief. Now, the first revolution we have is the agrarian revolution. All right. Now, during the agrarian revolution, we didn't really have money. And this is when we used to do barter trade for exchange, right? You have a cow, I have a goat, and we can do that exchange so that we can both have what we want, all right? Although you'll agree with me that during this time we had a few challenges in a way that if I had a goat and you had a cow, my one goat is not enough to, it doesn't have the same value as your cow. So doing that transaction will need to be very, very easy, all right? So we needed a better way of doing business or a better way of transacting. And when the Industrial Revolution came in, the second revolution, it gave us a chance to have a different kind of currency. And this is when the fiat currency was introduced. So the fiat currency, we all know it as the paper money. All right, most of us know it as the paper money. Okay, although you are also going to agree with me that paper money has also faced a fair amount of challenges. For instance, it is being faced by inflations. Inflation is one very big problem. All right. Number two, you're going to agree with me that because the paper money is centralized, paper money is being governed or being monitored by a given body. Like, for example, the government can decide, or the CBK can decide to print in more money. And once it prints in more money and puts it in the market out there, you're going to realize that the money that you have, let's say, for example, if you had 100,000 in the bank, and the bank decides to print in more money, what happens? The value of the money you have is not going to be the same. The value is going to depreciate. Okay, so paper money has been faced by depreciation in value over time. All right, so you're also going to agree with me that there's a lot of corruption that goes around paper money. And that is why at times also the government has been losing money. Probably you hear that the government has lost 20 billion and you cannot trace where this money has gone to. All right. So that has been some of the challenges that we've also been facing. All right. It is also bulky. All right. You'd agree with me that this money is bulky. For instance, if you are supposed to walk around with 300,000, that is a lot of money that you don't want to walk around with, because it's going to make you feel insecure. It's going to threaten your security, of course. It has led to a lot of theft simply because of that also. And most people don't like carrying money around, okay? Now, we needed something different. We needed something better. And that is when the third revolution came in, which is the internet revolution, it made things better. Internet revolution came along with digital currency or digital money. All right, and this digital currency made things a bit easier. All right, that is why the same 300,000 that you are not comfortable carrying in your pocket, you can be able to carry it in your ATM card. All right, you can carry $1 million in your ATM card without having to feel insecure. All right, apart from that, it also gave rise to mobile money, things like M-Pesa. All right, most of us are using M-Pesa today. All right, you want to pay for your bills, you want to pay for your lunch, you want to pay for your gas at the petrol station, you want to pay for anything. Most of us use M-Pesa. The same M-Pesa, you can carry the same 300,000 that was too bulky for you in form of its paper money, but you can carry it in your M-Pesa and feel very comfortable. M-Pesa has also made things easier in a way that you can be able to send your money to different areas. You can send your money to your loved ones in a totally different area, geographical area. So it has made things a bit easier, all right? Although you'll agree with me also, with paper money, it is very easy for you to lose money. For instance, you send money to a wrong number, that person withdraws the money and throws away the line. You can never trace these people. Or you might even you might spend more money tracing these guys than what you even lost, okay? So it has made things a bit awesome, but again, we have its negative side, all right? Now, we needed something better, especially when we had a market collapse in 2008, we needed something that will not be affected by political instabilities, that will not be affected by inflation and all that, all right? So blockchain technology came in, all right? So blockchain technology made things a bit different. Number one, blockchain technology has really looked into our security. It has put a lot of emphasis on security in a way that whatever transaction you do on blockchain technology, number one, you cannot reverse it. Number two, once you have your funds in blockchain technology, it's very, very difficult for anyone to even hack your account to get your money. Just a few months ago, you've been hearing people losing money in the banks, okay? But in blockchain technology, it's very difficult for you to lose your money, okay? Blockchain technology has also led to a lot of transparency, okay? And remember, transparency is always very important. Transparency in what way? You put any information on blockchain technology because number one, blockchain technology is also a public ledger, meaning you can put information on blockchain technology and it cannot be deleted, it cannot be brought down, it cannot be corrupted, okay? So the information you put on blockchain technology is very, very transparent and it's very, very secure. All right. So even if there's a transaction that has been done on blockchain, it can easily be traced. So the same 20 billion that the government has lost, if it was doing the transaction over blockchain technology, it can easily be traced. So let's say, for example, the government sends money to the Ministry of Roads. Then the Ministry of Roads deploys a part of that money to the Ministry of Roads in Nairobi. So that money can be traced from the government to the Ministry of Roads, the Ministry of Roads to the office of the president, maybe the office of the governor in Nairobi. From there, it can be traced. What did this money do? In which categories was it broken down? In which departments did it go to? So that if there's somebody who has not done their job, it can easily be traced back to them, and the money will not be lost. All right. So blockchain technology has brought a lot of transparency, and also it has brought a lot of security. And through this, it has also helped us be able to curb corruption. All right. Like the government of Dubai today is entirely blockchain, meaning whatever transactions are done in the government, the common mwananchi, you and I can also be able to see the transactions as long as we have the government portal. We can be able to trace through and see what was happening where, all right? So there's nothing that will be lost. Now, blockchain technology also came with a currency, and the currency is cryptocurrency. Now, most of us already know about cryptocurrency. Probably you've had a friend talk about, you've had a loved one mention it, you've had maybe our president mention it here and there, you've had maybe the CS of ICT mentioning it here and there, you've had the CBK talk about it here and there. Although probably what I'm going to share with you today is a bit different from what you've had before, all right? So I'll need a bit of your concentration here so that you can be able to understand better, okay? Now, cryptocurrency, just like paper money, with paper money, we have different currencies. For instance, we have the dollar, we have the Kenya shillings, we have the naira, we have the euro, we have the yen, and we have so many other currencies down there, all right? Now, every country in the world has its own currency, however primitive the country is, okay? However bad the economy of that country is, every country has its own currency, all right? And you're going to agree with me that these currencies, all of them are governed within a border, or they're confined within a border. The Kenya shillings is confined within the Kenyan border. That is why for you to use the Kenya shillings in the US, you have to first convert it into the dollar, all right? Although you'll agree with me that most people, the same way they know the Kenya shillings or they know the currency of their country, they also know about the dollar, even if they've never used the dollar, all right? Most people know about the dollar. Why? Because number one, the value of the dollar is very, very high. Okay, the value of the dollar is high. And why is the value of the dollar high? Simply because the demand of this dollar is also very high. And that is because the usage of the dollar is high, meaning there's so many other countries out there that are doing what? That are using the same dollar. And that is why it has given it the value that it has today. Okay, that is why the dollar is a very, very powerful currency. Now, because of that, you'll realize that now, because of everything that is happening, the dollar is now the standard of all the paper money. All right, and that is why if you want to know the value of the Kenya shillings, you'll go peg it on the dollar. If you want to know the value of the naira, you'll go peg it on the dollar. There's no single day you'll hear somebody who wants to know the value of the yen pegging it on the Kenya shillings. We always peg it on the dollar because the dollar is the standard value of all the paper money. All right, now let's look at the cryptocurrency. With cryptocurrency, we also have different currencies. We have Bitcoin as one of it. Now, I'm very, very sure that in this meeting today, we have like 90% you already know about the Bitcoin, or we've heard about the Bitcoin. It could be positive, it could be negative, all right? But just tune in, let's talk more about it so that you can be able to understand better. We have it, right? We have Tron as one of the cryptocurrencies. We have Litecoin as one of the cryptocurrencies. All right. We have how is it called? We have Dogecoin as one of the cryptocurrencies. We have Aircoin that is currently running in Kenya also, that belongs to the musician Akon. All right. And Facebook, most of us are familiar with Facebook. Facebook is also launching its own cryptocurrency in January called the Libra. And we have over 200 other cryptocurrencies out there, some of which I don't even know their names, all right? So we have so many other currencies. Now, most of us also know about the Bitcoin, but why? The same way we know more about the dollar is the same way most people know about the Bitcoin. Simply because Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin is very, very high, all right? We'll touch on that a bit. Now, most people know about it because the value is high, and also most people know about it because it was the first cryptocurrency to ever be formed, all right? Now, unlike the paper money that we only use it for exchange, okay? The cryptocurrency, I need you to remember that cryptocurrency is also used as an asset, meaning you can also be able to hold your wealth in cryptocurrency. How beautiful is that? Now, because of this, because when you put the money in, let's say for example, the same thing that I said, if you had 100,000 in the bank 5 years ago, okay? If you had your money in the bank 5 years ago, 100,000, today will the same amount have the same value? No, it is 100,000, yes, but does it have the same value? It definitely doesn't have the same value. Why? Because the value of that same 100,000 has depreciated. So what you would have used 5 years ago, what you would have bought 5 years ago with this 100,000, today you cannot be able to buy with the same. That is why if you are living in a house that you pay a rent of 50,000, maybe 2 years ago, you're not paying the same amount this year. Why? Because the value of the money that you've been giving your landlord probably has gone down, and that is why he or she is adding you another 5Gs on top, or maybe 10Gs on top, making it maybe 55 or 60,000. The same house, nothing has changed, but simply because the value of that money has gone down, your landlord decides to add more money. But with cryptocurrency, because it is an asset, something like land, let's say, for example, you buy land today, it's going to appreciate in value over time. So the same way, so the same thing happens to cryptocurrency. You get a cryptocurrency today, you get a Bitcoin today, the value of Bitcoin is going to go up. Let's look at this. Bitcoin in 2009 and 2008 had no value. It was valued at 0 shillings, yeah? In 2009, the same Bitcoin, one Bitcoin was valued at 8 shillings, Kenya shillings, all right? In 2015, one Bitcoin was only worth 20,000 Kenya shillings, all right? A few years later, that is 3 years later, in 2018, one Bitcoin was going at 1.27 million. How crazy is that? Today, as we speak in 2020, one Bitcoin is at 2.2 million. All right, 2.2 million. Now you can imagine from 2008 to 2020, the value has come from 0 all the way to 2.2 million. Now, what if the money you put in the bank 20 years in 2008, what if you kept holding on to it in cryptocurrency until today? How much will you be having? A crazy amount of money, simply because the money in cryptocurrency will be appreciating. So that is why cryptocurrency is also an asset. All right. Now, instead of putting your money in the bank, let's say, for example, you put 20,000 in the bank in 2015, that money will be earning you 6% interest from in the next 5 years. Okay. So how much is that? That is around 30% interest in 5 years. Yeah, something like that. Now, the same 20,000, if you put it in the bank 5 years ago, today it would have made you 2.2 million. I don't know if you're seeing the sense. So instead of putting your money in the bank, why not put your money in cryptocurrency? Okay, just the same way as the CS of ICT did. The CS of ICT bought Bitcoins when it was only at 20,000. Okay, but he sold them off, or he decided to divest them when it was at 1.2 million. Did he make profits? Crazy profits. And that is the beauty of cryptocurrency. You get your cryptocurrencies today, like buying land, and over time, you're going to gain more profits, okay? Now that you've seen that the value is going up, there are 3 ways that I want to talk about that will help you to make money in cryptocurrency, okay? Now, number 1, I know you've also heard about this. It's called Forex Trading. Now, most of us do Forex trading with paper money or the fiat currency, all right? Although you will all agree that with the Forex trading, if you're not a pro in it, if you're not a guru in it, my friend, just stay away, okay? Don't try this, because you're going to lose money unless you get somebody who is going to do this for you. Unless you go to class and learn, or you get experience on and skills on how to do Forex trading. But the beauty about doing Forex trading in cryptocurrency is that you're going to make a lot of money, simply because you can also do this 7 days a week. It's not like in paper money where you can only do it in 5 days a week. So between you who is doing Forex trading with cryptocurrency and somebody who's doing the same Forex trading with paper money, you're definitely going to make more money than them using the same experience. All right. So you can make a lot of money here. Although if you're not a pro, I repeat, please don't try this, okay? The second thing, you can make money in cryptocurrency through buying and holding. What do I mean by buying and holding? Now, let's talk about the paper money. The dollar just went up with by 2 shillings the other day, all right? From, is it 2 shillings or 3 shillings. Yeah, 3 shillings from 109 to 112 per dollar, right? Now, you know, we have guys who go ahead and buy dollars in bulk. They get like $1 million, they hold on to it. When the value goes up, they come and bring it back to the market. So they would have made profits, right? So why are they buying them in bulk? Why are they buying too many of them? Okay, so here, first of all, I need you to put in mind that for you to make huge profits by buying and holding, you've got to get it in bulk. All right, what do I mean? If, let's say, for example, right now the Bitcoin is at 2.2 million. Now you want to make profits in this, what do you need to do? You need to get like 100 Bitcoins in bulk, 100 Bitcoins. So that means you need like 200 million, all right, 200 million for you to make huge profits in what? In Bitcoins. But now the question is, how many can afford this 200 million? How many in this meeting today can afford this 200 million? Not so many, all right? Not so many can be able to afford this. All right. So here it is not for people with no money. This one is for people who already have the money. Okay. Now, another way, the third way is through something we call the smart contracts. Okay. Now, smart contracts, the first thing is that I need you to remember is that smart contracts are self-executing programs. Yeah. Programs that are, they're self-executing programs that are deployed on the blockchain technology. All right. Now, the beauty about this is that number one, the smart contracts don't need anybody to run them. Okay. They don't need a company to run them. They don't need a specific person to run them. They don't need anybody to govern them. The smart contracts run on their own. How beautiful is that? So once they have been coded and deployed on the blockchain technology, it runs itself. Whatever it was designed to do, that is what it is going to do. All right. Now, with smart contracts, because they are self-executing and because they have been also put on blockchain technology, you cannot edit them, you cannot delete them, you cannot corrupt them. Simply, you cannot hack smart contracts. And because of that, the security is very high. The transparency is very, very high also. So whatever you do on smart contracts, on blockchain technology, everything that you do is very, very safe. Okay. Now, smart contracts that we want to talk about, number one, they're deployed on Ethereum blockchain. All right. And that is what you're going to talk about today. Now, why do we want to talk about the Ethereum? Why not Bitcoin? Number one, Bitcoin was not created to allow smart contracts to run on them. But Ethereum actually, it allows several smart contracts to run on it, to run different services. And because of that, it has made it very, very powerful. Okay. It has made more investors also come into it. All right. Now, this Ethereum, number one, the reason as to why we are going to look at it is because it is very stable. Okay, very, very stable. The fluctuations are not really that much affected by the market. All right. Number two, Ethereum is 100% decentralized. All right, 100% decentralized. Decentralized basically means they are, number one, they are not stored in one central place. Number two, they are not governed by any central governance. Number three, the value of it is not dictated by the owners or anyone else. Because it is 100% decentralized, not even the owners have control over it. How powerful is that? Once it was created and deployed on blockchain technology, nobody has control over it. The only one who has control over it is you as the user who already owns a few Bitcoins or a few Ethereums. Okay, how beautiful is that? Now, because of this, because of decentralization, the founders of Ethereum had something in mind. Number one, they want to increase the value of Ethereum. All right, increase the value of Ethereum. But remember, I've said Ethereum is 100% decentralized. So which means even the founders cannot directly increase the value of Ethereum, right? Number two, they want to also make profits from Ethereum, because right now they cannot directly make profits from Ethereum simply because it is 100% decentralized. So them, just as you and I, can only make profits by just using Ethereum or buying and holding. How beautiful is that? So it means the control is not with them. We are used to other companies where the control is with who? The board of directors and the CEOs and all that. But here, nobody has control over them. Now that it is decentralized, how can these people increase the value and how can they make the profits? This is how. The only way you can increase the value of something, and you'd agree with me, is by doing what? By increasing the demand of that, right? And the only way to increase the demand of this is by increasing the number of users, right? And these guys realize the only way to increase the number of users who will be using the Ethereum is by building a community, okay? And the only way to build this community, for you to build a community anywhere, you must have something in common that these guys will be coming together for. And that is why the founders of Ethereum decided to come up with a system called the Forsage smart contract. All right, Forsage smart contract. Now remember, I said smart contracts are self-executing and they are also decentralized, meaning nobody is going to run them. Because they are smart contracts, nobody is going to corrupt them. Because they are smart contracts, nobody is going to hack them. Because they are smart contracts, they don't need any company to run them. They don't need any admin to run them. All right? Not even the founders are running them. They're running on themselves. All right? How powerful is that? Now, this smart contract, my friends, it's going to help you with two things. Number one, it is going to help you build a community. Remember, I said the founders of Ethereum are looking into building a community. Now, this Forsage smart contract is going to help you build a community, the first thing. The second thing, it is going to help you accumulate more Ethereums. All right? Now, what is the importance of building a community? The first thing I said, the importance of building a community is going to assist them to do what? To increase the value of Ethereum. From the same community, it is also going to help the founders of Ethereum make profits. Now how? Let me talk about something that we have in common. This one beautiful company called only had services, calls and SMSs. Now you'd agree with me that during this time, Safaricom built a community of users around what? Around calls and SMSs, these two services, okay? But when the internet revolution came in, what happened? Safaricom introduced M-Pesa, okay? Now the question is, was this M-Pesa deployed on the same community or was it deployed on a totally different community? You'd agree with me that it was deployed on the same community that had been built around what? Calls and SMSs, right? 19 years later, Fuliza was introduced. We are probably all familiar with Fuliza. Recently, I've been seeing they're sending a lot of messages. Now this Fuliza, the same Fuliza, this service, you'd agree with me that it was also deployed on the same community that Safaricom had already built. They didn't go looking for another community out there. All right? And because of that, you'd agree with me that the same Fuliza was easily embraced by the what? The Safaricom users, that the community that had already been built. Now, that is why during this time, when Safaricom only had calls and SMSs, it was not really interested in profits. It was interested in what? The numbers that will in turn build their community. And because of that, today, if Safaricom decides to bring any other service, we are definitely going to embrace it, simply because you're already part of its community. All right, and that is how powerful a community is. And that is why the founders of Ethereum, through the Forsage smart contract, they're also building a community so that they can bring in two services. Service number one, they want to bring in a crypto ATM card. all right? A crypto ATM card. Now, what is the beauty of this crypto ATM card? Number one, this crypto ATM card allows you to withdraw up to $20,000. My friend, this is around 2 million Kenya shillings. How many guys in this meeting have an ATM card that can withdraw them 2 million Kenya shillings from any bank across the world? None. But the crypto ATM card is going to give us that power. And if you've been following through the business news, you've probably noticed that Ethereum has already partnered with Visa, which means this is coming to life. Now, this one ATM card will be going at 15,000 Kenya shillings. Now, look at this. If these guys only build a community of only 5 million people, right now we are over 1 million people. By the time it builds a community of 5 million people, when all of us come and buy this ATM card, are these guys going to make the profits? They're definitely going to make profits, and they're going to make huge profits. All right. But remember, they have not made profits directly from Ethereum. They've made the profits from the community around Ethereum, simply because they also have no control of Ethereum. All right. The second service they want to bring is to build schools that will be teaching about blockchain technology. All right. Now, why is this important? Blockchain technology is very, very powerful. But remember, we are not going to touch on everything about blockchain. We're only going to touch on a tip of it, which is the money part, the cryptocurrency part. But now blockchain is very wide. As I told you when we were beginning, that even the government of Dubai today is blockchain. All right. Now, if Kenya is to be blockchained, do we really need to go looking for somebody the guy who blockchained Dubai to come blockchain Kenya? No. Through the school, once we have the schools and people go to learn about the blockchain technology, and they get to be taught about building the smart contracts and how to blockchain a country, are we going to do that for ourselves? We are definitely going to do that for ourselves. So when people start embracing this, are these guys going to make profits? Yes, they're going to make huge profits. But remember, they have not made the profit directly from Ethereum. They've made the profits from the community around Ethereum through the Forsage smart contract. All right? How powerful is that? Now, let's look at this. How does it now help you accumulate more Ethereums? And what is the importance of accumulating more Ethereums? Okay? Now, just a few months ago, that is 5 months ago, one Ethereum was only going at 10,000. 5 months ago, one Ethereum was going at 10,000 Kenya shillings. All right, 10,000 Kenya shillings. Okay. 2 months later, actually, let me say 3 months ago, when I was getting started in the business, one Ethereum was only at 34,000 Kenya shillings. One Ethereum at 34,000 Kenya shillings. All right. A few months later, it shot all the way to 48,000 Kenya shillings. Just a month ago, it was at 58,000 Kenya shillings. Yesterday, for anyone who was following through Ethereum, yesterday it was at 62,000. But my friends, today, right now, as we are speaking, it is over 72,000 Kenya shillings. Now, what's happening to the value of Ethereum? The value of Ethereum is going high, so fast, faster than even Bitcoin. But why? Simply because of this beautiful system called the Forsage smart contract. All right. This smart contract is building a community, and the community is growing so fast. And because of that, the demand of Ethereum is going high. And because the value of Ethereum is going high, the value of Ethereum is going high. Okay. And the reason as to why it is important to accumulate is this. If I told you today to buy only 10 Ethereums direct from your pocket, that means you need over 700,000 to buy 10 Ethereums. How many people can cough out 700,000 at a go? Not so many people. But the system has given you the opportunity to start with this one Ethereum and accumulate these 10 Ethereums, accumulate 100 Ethereums, accumulate 1,000 Ethereums, without necessarily having to cough out all this money at a go. How powerful is that? You can be able to accumulate more Ethereum step by step through one powerful system called the leverage. Now, most people don't understand leverage. Most people don't appreciate leverage, but leverage is very, very powerful. Get a few guys to work with. It's not always about the numbers, but for me, I believe leverage is all about the quality of people you have. Get a few quality people, work with them, and you're going to enjoy this leverage. From both your efforts, you're going to make more profits. Okay? Now, just a sorry about that. Okay, now the Forsage smart contract is also going to allow you to enjoy the leverage. All right, now, how does Forsage help you accumulate these Ethereums and also build the community? This is how. Forsage, now I need you here to concentrate even more. We are about to finish. Now this Forsage smart contract helps you build this community and also accumulate these Ethereums. But how? This Forsage smart contract has two platforms. It has the X3 platforms and the X4 platform. All right. Now these two platforms, like for example, the X3 helps you make 100% commission from every person that you directly bring in the business. Allow me to say direct referral. So every direct referral you bring, every person you bring to get started in the business, you make 100% commission from what they're going to invest in the project. What do I mean? You bring somebody to invest 100,000. You go home with the 100,000. You bring somebody to invest 500,000, you go home with 500,000. I've never seen anywhere else that you are paid for 100% commission on your 100% effort. It is only here. All right, and that is very, very powerful. Now, the effort you've been putting out there on other projects, here you're going to be compensated 100%. Okay, on X4, you earn from the team and you earn from the ecosystem. So I'm going to talk about the two of these individually. All right. Now, these platforms, first of all, they help you accumulate the Ethereums through something we call slots. Allow me to call them slots. Now, these are like sources of income. Okay. So this is what happens. We have 12 slots each on X3 and on X4, making them a total of 24. So I'm going to draw so that you can easily understand. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 slots. Now we have 6 on X3, 6 on, we have 12 on X4 and 12 on X3, making them a total of 24. All right. Now, guys, for you to make money in these slots, you have to activate them. Okay. For you to make money in this first slot, you have to first activate it. It's like opening a bank account. For you to hold money in your bank account, you definitely have to activate it first. So the same thing here. For you to make money in this first slot, you have to activate it. How do you activate it? By buying it. Okay. So this first slot has its own individual price. All these slots have the individual prices, all the way from the first slot to the 12th slot. So they are valued in Ethereum. All right, but I'm not going to use Ethereum because if I use Ethereum, you're going to be a bit confused because this first slot is worth 0.025 Ethereums. This one is worth 0.05 Ethereums. This one is worth 0.1 Ethereums. This one is worth 0.2 Ethereums, all the way to 51.2 Ethereums. All right, now, if you look at these values, the next slot is twice more expensive than the previous one. But I'm not going to use the value of Ethereum so that we can all be on the same ground. Allow me to use dollars. And we are going to assume that 1 USD is equivalent to 100 Kenya shillings. But remember, it is not 100 anymore. We are just going to use 100 for ease in calculations. All right. Now, This first slot is worth $10, meaning it is $10 times 100, that makes it 1,000 bob, okay? This second slot goes at $20. This third slot goes at 40. We have 80, we have 160, we have 320, we have $640, we have $1280, we have $2560, we have $5120, we have $10 to $40, and we have 20 for $80. So my friends, this 12th slot is 2 million. If we do 100, a flat rate of 100, we have 1 million, we have 512,000, we have 256,000, we have 128,000, we have 64,000, we have 32,000, 16,000, 8,000, 4,000, 2,000, 1,000. Now you're also going to realize that the next slot is twice more expensive than the previous one. All right, and so is the income. Every slot holds a maximum of its worth. So the first slot can only hold 0.025 Ethereums, meaning it can only hold $10 in this case. The 12th slot can only hold 51.2 Ethereums, meaning it can only hold $20,480. Are you together? It cannot hold more than 51.2 Ethereums. It cannot hold less than 51.2 Ethereums. I need you to remember that. Platforms make you money independently. All right. Now we are going to start with X3. Remember I said X3, you make 100% commission from every person that you directly. Now, how does that happen? And this time round, I'm going to use an example, and I'm going to use Shiro as an example. All right. Now we are going to do this. There's 6 slots. So that means this is the first slot, second slot, third slot, fourth, fifth, sixth. So she opens 6 slots, which means it's going to cost her $10 plus $20 plus $40 plus $80 plus $160 plus $320. All right, so you do a total of them. Okay, now how does it make you money? Now Shiro comes in and introduces Gasheri. Okay, so Shiro comes here, she has the business to Gasheri. Okay, so how is Shiro going to make money? Now remember, we want to talk about X3, how you make money 100% from X3. Now, when Shiro comes and introduces Gasheri, Shiro is supposed to earn 100% of what Gasheri is going to spend in every slot that she'll be opening. Are we together? 100%. Now that means when Gasheri opens the first slot at $10, it means she has spent $10. So that means Shiro is going to earn 100%. That means she earns what? $10. When Gasheri opens the second slot at $20, Shiro earns $20. When Gasheri opens the third slot at $40, Shiro earns what? $40. If Gasheri opens the fourth slot at $80, Shiro earns $80. Now, if Gasheri only opens 4 slots, but Shiro has 6 slots, what happens? Shiro can only earn to the maximum of what Gasheri has spent. So Shiro will only earn in 4 slots. The other 2 will not earn. But when Gasheri comes and opens this next slot, even if it is a month later or 2 months later, Shiro will still earn 100% of what Gasheri will use in opening that slot. When Gasheri opens the last slot at 320, the 6th slot, Shiro will still earn 100%. How beautiful is that? So Shiro is going to earn 100% of what Gasheri will spend in opening the slots. Now, you're going to agree with me that there's a possibility that, that Shiro can bring somebody who will spend or who will open more slots than her. So that means Shiro comes in and opens 5 slots. So spends $10, $20, $40, $80, $160. Only 5 slots. But now, Shiro comes in and brings Gasheri again. But now this time, Gasheri opens more slots than Shiro. That means, let's say for example, Gasheri opens 7 slots. All right, so slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, slot 5, slot 6, slot 7. All right, so that means Gasheri has spent more money than Shiro, right? Now, before we talk about this, let's say, for example, you've gone to withdraw 100 Gs, 100,000 from the bank, from M-Pesa. But now you come to M-Pesa A, and you realize that this guy only has a float of 40,000. What happens? You can only withdraw a maximum of 40,000. So because you want 100,000, what do? You go looking for M-Pesa B, you get that this person also has the float, and you withdraw your 60,000, right? So it totals to 100. Now that means M-Pesa A, yes, made 40,000, but because he had less float, he's going to lose out on 60,000. So that is the same thing that is also happening here. All right? You can only earn to a maximum of the slots you've activated. You can only earn to the maximum of the slots you've activated. That means because you've only opened 5 slots, you can only earn to the maximum of 5 slots. So that means you'll earn this $10, you earn the $20, you earn the $40, you earn the $80, and you earn the $160. But now the system is going to come here because this money cannot be left in Gasheri's account. It needs somewhere to go. All right. Now that what happens because Shiro doesn't have this slot, this money is going to pass her and go looking for somebody else who already has this slot. So which means if this is person A, it is person A who is going to earn the $320. Whether person A knows Shiro or whether person A doesn't know them, whether person A knows Gasheri or doesn't, person A is going to make the $320. All right? Now, the same thing is going to happen with the $640. The $640 is also going to look for somebody who already has the slot. If it's still person A is still going to earn the $640. So which means person A is going to make money from the effort he has not put in. So if you are the one who is person A, how are you going to feel making $320 and $640 without putting in any effort? You're going to feel awesome, right? And that is the importance of going for more slots. So instead of you losing out on this money, you can decide to open this next slot so that you don't lose out money. Now, until this point, once you've earned to the maximum of the slots you have, there are 3 things you can do with that money. Number 1, you can decide to reinvest that money back on X3. All right. So that means you open this next slot so that next time you don't lose out on money. All right. Or you can decide to reinvest on X4. Remember, we're only talking about X3. So X4, you're going to earn from the team. All right. Or you can decide that you are going to withdraw your money and spend. The choice is yours. After all, we have bills to pay. So you can choose either to reinvest or you can choose to do what? To spend. For me, I believe you guys are wise. I believe you're business people. I believe you will choose to do what? To reinvest back in the business. So if you choose to reinvest in X3, you'll see it will earn you more money. If you choose to reinvest on X4, what is the benefit? How are you going to earn from the team? Okay, now let's look at this. Remember I said X4 you earn from the team. So I need you to look at this very carefully. Most people get confused a bit here. Now this is you. Okay, this is you. You come in today, you open your X3, all right? And you invest back on X4, or you open both of them at a go. You open X3 and you open X4. How are these two platforms going to benefit you? Now, when you come and bring person A comes and registers. So person A decides to open X3. What happens? Remember I said, when you bring somebody, on your X3, you earn 100% of what they're going to spend in opening the slots. So the same thing happens here. You bring person A, all the amount that this person is going to invest on opening the X3s, you're going to earn 100% because you're the one who has directly brought this person. All right? But now, when this person goes and opens X4, when person A opens X4, because you're the one who brought him, you are not going to earn from his X4 or her X4. This X4 will go to the team, will go to your upline who already has the X4. All right? It will go to the person above you who already has the X4. So you will not earn this X4. So how is this important to you as well? Yes, there's some money that has gone to your upline from your effort, but now, how does it also benefit you? Remember, person A is also building his business. So person A goes ahead and introduces person B. Okay, so person B comes and opens X3. Who is going to earn? Simply because it is person A who brought person B, it is person A who is going to earn 100% of what person B is going to spend in opening the X3s. All right? But now, when person B comes and opens X4, who is going to earn? It is you. So yes, you didn't earn X4s from person A, but now you're going to earn X4 from person B. So all the money that will be spent by person B in opening X4, you're going to earn 100%. How powerful is that? Remember, you don't even know person B, but simply because they have opened X3s, it all goes to you as an upline. So I need you to remember this, for you to remember easier. From your first generation, you earn only X3. All right, from your first generation, you earn X3. But from your second generation, you earn X4s. Are you together? 100%. As long as you have the X4. If you don't have it, it's going to pass you and go to your upline who already has it. Now, why is this important? Why is this system important? Now, we have most people who are not very interested in maybe sharing the opportunity with more people. So let's assume you only share it with one people. You come, you get your X3 and X4, but you only share it with person A only. But person A, you find that this person A is very good at networking. He's a person who likes sharing. He decides to share to more people. So he shares to person B, person C, person D, person E, and even person F. All right, so that means person A shares to person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means when all person C opens X3, person A earns. When person D opens X3, person A earns. When person E opens X3, again, person A earns. When person F opens X3 again, person A earns, simply because he is the one who has brought all these guys. But now this is where the beauty comes in. How do you benefit as an upline? Simply because these people are also going to build a team. That means they'll need to open their X4s. So as they open their X4, who is going to earn? Because this is your second generation, you are going to earn from all their X4s. How powerful is that? That means in your X3, because you only brought one person, you are only going to earn from one person. But on your X4, because this one person has gone ahead and brought 5 people, you're going to earn from 5 people. How powerful is that? Okay, so this business is not tied on the number of people you directly bring. No. So if you're scared of sharing the business to so many people, don't be. You don't need an entire village for you to make $1 million here. You don't need an entire village for you to beat that goal that you have. You only need a few serious guys. Remember, I said leverage is not just about the number. It is about the quality of people you have. All right. So you just need a few quality people. And I'm sure most of us can get these 5 people. Now, let me show you the power of only getting 5 people as we conclude. All right. Now, look at this. This is you. You come in today, you open X3 and you open X4. So you go ahead and introduce 5 people. So you introduce person 1, introduce person 2, introduce person 3, introduce person 4, and introduce person 5. So person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now, once you've introduced these people, all of them, of course, are going to open X3s and X4. Right? X3, X4, X3, X4, X3, X4. Now remember, because you are the one who has directly brought these guys, you are going to earn 100% on your X3, right? So X3, X3, X3. So what does that mean? On your X3, you're going to earn directly from 5 people. So if all of them, let's assume they only spend 100,000 each. That means that is already $500,000 you've made from direct referrals. Just $500,000, just like that. All right. But now, this is where your business now starts. It is your business as the CEO of this business, because you'll assume ownership of even the system. You also assume ownership of the system because you don't have the management, you don't have a third party. So once you get started, it is your business to come and teach these guys to get their 5 people each. All right, get 5, get 5, get 5, get 5. So what does this mean? Remember, this is your second generation. This is your first generation. Meaning, on your first generation, you earn on X3. But on your second generation, you earn on what? On X4. So that means on X3, you're only earning from 5 people. But on X4, you are earning from how many people? 25 new people. How powerful is that? Remember, you only know 5 people, but out of those 5, you're getting 25 new. But remember, these guys can also go for more than 5 people. So that means this number will go up. So your X4, in your X4, you're going to earn from 25 guys. So if these people only spend 100,000 each on X4 alone, so that means you're going to make 100,000 times what? Times 25 people. How much is that? 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 2.5 million from effort that you've not put in. Just by bringing these 5 people, teaching them what they need to do, they get their first people. They also make the money, but at the end of the day, you also make the money. So here it's all about everybody making the money, not just you as an upline. And that is why it is going to reach a point where your upline, you are the upline, but you're going to earn from your downline, but your downline is also going to earn from you. This is the only business where you earn from your cross lines, you earn from your uplines, you earn from your downlines. All right? And that is about it. Okay? So any questions until that point? Anyone with a question? Anyone with a question until that point? I can see Violet asking, what if you don't bring anyone? How will you earn from the Ethereum? All right. Now, this is where, okay, let me just bring in my camera. Awesome. So question is, if you don't bring anyone, how do you earn from the system? All right. Now, one thing I need you guys to remember, you can make money from X4 because X4 makes you money from the entire ecosystem. All right. I'm going to show you how. But now, for you to come in to make money without bringing in people, you are coming in as an investor. All right. And let me remind you guys, we don't have broke investors. Okay. That means you need to put in money as an investor. So you need to have at least from slot 1 to slot 9. Are we together? From slot 1 to slot 9. And that is going to cost you around 700,000. So if you don't have the 700,000, you are not just going to make money comfortably without recruiting. Are we together? But if you have some money, if you have the 700,000, go all the way from slot 1 to slot 9, you can easily be able to earn from the ecosystem. Are we together? But now, if you don't have that money, this is what I'd advise you. Go for X3, all right? Make some money on X3, then come reinvest on your X4 so that you can run both platforms at the same time. But if you can buy all of them at the same time, X3 and X4 at the same time, go for it. Buy all of them, okay? I hope I've answered you, Violet. And you're saying something funny here, that it could be a Ponzi. My friends, I need you to go sit down and I need you to go look into something called decentralized systems. And you're going to answer yourself with that. Decentralized systems, it doesn't matter who is the upline here. That is why I can earn from my downlines and my downlines can earn from me. Tell me any Ponzi that could give you that. All right? So I need you to sit down, go write down, look at the differences between centralized systems and decentralized systems. Remember, Ponzi schemes are always there for somebody at the end of the time, at the top of the chain to make more money. And usually it is the company. Violet, here we don't have a company. This is an ecosystem. And if you can remember well from your biology, an ecosystem is a self-sustaining, what? Is self-sustaining. Are we together? So that means here there's no upline who is only waiting for your effort. There's no company that is waiting for you to make it money. Are we together? So there's nothing like a Ponzi scheme here. All right. That is why the value of Ethereum is not even dictated by the company or by the founders. It is dictated by you, Violet, who is holding Ethereum. So you, Violet, who is using Ethereum, you are the one who dictates the value of Ethereum. Are you together? There's nothing like that in the market. I hope I've answered you. Any other question? Okay. Where do you send the money? Very powerful. Another one is when you invest in, when can earn from different platforms. Now I'm going to show you just before to answer these questions. I'll show you my anyone? Okay, seems like we don't have questions. So about the system, all right? So I'm going to share my